We begin this Thursday with a major winter storm. From the south to the northeast, more than half the country is bracing for rough weather, bringing the potential for widespread power outages and dangerous travel conditions. In fact, several northern areas like Pennsylvania and New York are already dealing with heavy snow. The storm will start affecting us in the next 24 hours and will only get worse through the weekend. Meanwhile, Texans are hoping this story is not a repeat of the one that hit back in 2021, which left the state with lots of ice and power outages. CBS News correspondent Jason Allen reports on the preparations.
So this is the last full day that people here in Texas have to prepare for this ice storm, snowstorm that's coming. Here's the current shopping situation at Harbor Freight close to DFW Airport. Looks like they have generators, but this one says out of stock. So let's go down the line. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. All right, so gas isn't going to work. Well, closer to the front is where they keep the battery powered, right, the portable power stations. Those are gone too. And let me show you one area that other people have been hitting. That's this stack, which did have heaters stacked into it. It's empty now, and it looks like they're down to 3 left of the electric heaters. So people taking this seriously. No one has forgotten what happened here back in 2021. Now, the governor and state officials here in Texas are telling people today that they feel that they are prepared for this storm. National Guard is ready. They have DPS troopers who are standing by. They're ready to open warming centers. And the power grid operator has said they feel like they have taken the necessary steps over the last few years to prevent a repeat of that deep freeze in 2021. They have insulated the gas lines. They have done a lot of inspections on the power generating stations. And right now they feel that they've got enough to keep the power on through this storm, although we could see some times when their reserves are limited. Still, people that we have talked to have not forgotten it. We talked to a gentleman here today who has a generator. He was coming to try to buy another one because he's not sure the old one works. He has heaters. He was coming to buy more, and people have been stocking up on food, water, because they know that because of the circumstances here, we don't have the resources to keep the roads clear. Once the snow and ice starts, it could be 2 to 3 days before the roads are safe again, more people can go out. Back to you.
Jason, thank you so much. I want to bring in meteorologist Darren Peck. You've been monitoring this monster storm for us. Can you give us kind of a timeline?
Really going into Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
It's going to be like 3 total days, Liz. It doesn't get going until tomorrow.
Oof.
So Friday and Saturday are really going to be the 2 days. That's why today is the prep. We're doing all the prep stories and making sure if you live in the midsection of the country, as we got a high look down on the map, that you're doing all the preps you can. Look at the surge of Arctic air that's about to take over most of the country. You will live through the southeast Mississippi River Valley. Right now you're thinking, oh, there's nothing too intense happening. But when you look at the surge of cold air that is going to have a prolonged stay over this whole section of the country, this is the primary ingredient that's going to make this storm a mess. We're talking about a mix of ice, and we're talking about plenty of snow to go along with it, but it really does come down to this really difficult mess of just ice and snow. And when we take a look at the forecast, the big picture is going to show you it's like a cornucopia of colors right through the midsection of the country. White is the snow, it is the pink that is the mixture, and that could be some of the most problematic stuff. And then by the time we finish this going into Saturday and Sunday, you still have a heavy band of rain moving up towards the eastern seaboard. And once we get into Sunday night, it'll be right up along like all the major cities for the East Coast. If we can get the weather map over here, I just want to show you Texas first, because as we go into tomorrow, Texas lights up. And right through this time frame, you've got rain towards the southern part of the state, snow barely up towards the panhandle with Oklahoma. But it's this big swath of messy pink that is centered right on Dallas. Look at the time. So this is going to get us going right into, for the most part, our Saturday, Sunday time frame when we get into the heart of this. I'll be back with a full forecast on this coming up in just a few minutes. We'll finish the story of this storm then. For now, Liz, back to you.
Look forward to that. Thank you so much, Darren.